Good morning, friends. Welcome to July 12th, Unity Spiritual Center of Anchorage. I'm Reverend Rachel Simpson, and I will be your tour guide for today. I'm also the minister. Sometimes I just crack myself up. What can I say? Anyway, first, let's acknowledge that we are, at least Anchorage is sitting on the land of the Dena'ina people, and we acknowledge the elders who have taken care of this land. And so we start with prayer this morning, friends. And we just settle into this moment this morning. Giving ourselves the permission to set aside whatever hustle and bustle might be happening around us, and just dropping into the peace and the truth and the love and the wisdom that is in this moment and is in each of us all the time. And with gratitude for our ability to connect and be together, we are grateful. And so we send out a message and a prayer of love and wisdom, equality and justice for all. And so it is. Amen. All right. Well, now that we've prayed, how about a little singing and dancing? Yeah. So Zoe's got another fantastic song for us. So let me get switched over to that.
I hold my little baby, I stare into those bright eyes, full of joy and wonder, constantly surprised, so touched by her innocence, I hug her and I sway. Namaste, I see God in you. Driving down the road and shining brightly in my eyes, the beautiful sun, it's setting, colors streak across the sky. The beauty and serenity, they take my breath away. Namaste, I see God in you. As I clean my house, I find $1 on the floor. I later check my pockets, and I find 20 more. Abundance flowing freely, I'm so lucky on this day. Namaste, I see God in you. I walk in through my front door and my dog, he's filled with glee. Jumping all around, he's so excited to
Namaste, I see the God in you. Ah, that's a good start for the day, eh? And so next we go to Nancy with the daily word.
Good morning. Today's daily word is about guidance. I am divinely guided. Guidance can be easy to find in the outer world. Maps and GPS technology help me navigate my way just about anywhere. Everywhere I go, there are signs marking streets, adorning storefronts, and providing just about every kind of information and opinion imaginable. Spiritual guidance often is not as evident, but it is much more valuable. This guidance can come to me as a persistent tug on my attention, as a gut feeling or intuition, or even in a dream as I sleep. I pay attention to the guidance I receive and step out in faith to move my steps in its direction. I know that the spirit of wisdom and love within me are always guiding me to blessings of greater peace, love, and prosperity. Make me to know your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Psalm 25, verse 4. And once again, I am divinely guided.
There we go. Probably helps for me to turn the mic back on. Turn my mic off so that I can make sure my ukulele is in tune while Nancy's talking. All right. And so let's settle into our meditation time. The words peace, 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 peace I am, peace, peace, peace. But you could sing love, 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 wisdom, joy, whatever you'd like. Whatever speaks to your heart today, whatever is calling forth to be affirmed for you today. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace I am. Peace, peace, peace. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love I am. Love, love, love. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace I am. Peace, peace, peace. And just invite you to just breathe. Relax the shoulders. Notice any other tensions in the body and allow those to relax. And just settle into this space. Once again, relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the mind. And calling forth peace in this moment. Noticing and relaxing that which doesn't feel like peace. When we call forth love in this moment. Noticing and relaxing anything that doesn't feel like love in this moment. And we call forth our wisdom of spirit by whatever name. And we notice and relax and release anything that doesn't feel like the wisdom of spirit. And we just allow the settling further of the body, of the mind. In the silence is peace. In the silence is love, wisdom, joy, truth, tenacity, and light. And so we just breathe. And we bring to mind someone or something we deeply appreciate. Could be a beloved pet, could be the memory of something beautiful in nature. It could be a moment in time where you felt love and connection. And just allow that feeling of appreciation to spread over your body like the sun rising over the mountains. And in this warm place of appreciation, let that spread out across your body, beyond the body to the room. Allow the room to swell and burst with the light, the warmth of the love and appreciation that is radiating from you. And may we spread our hearts, our love, connecting with the hearts and minds of our neighborhood, of our area, our region, spreading beyond in a great big hug around the world of love and appreciation, knowing right at this moment, whether you're joining us live or you're watching some other time, right at this moment, there are thousands of people around the world joining in peace and meditation and love for the world and for each other. And as we bring our focus back to this place and moment, with gratitude, we'll wiggle those fingers and toes, roll the neck. Maybe we notice some place in the body where we've held tension. You can still relax that. And so we come back into this space refreshed, renewed, reinvigorated, ready. So it is. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace I am. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace I am. Peace, peace, peace. Mm. Mm. My tea's the perfect temperature right now. I want to just drink it all right now. Well, friends, here we are. You know, I know you know, we've been doing this shelter at home thing now for 4 months. We've been immersed in a greater awareness and understanding of the racial injustice in our society now for 2.5 months. Maybe you're feeling a little tired. It's okay. I'm going to talk about that today. Because as spiritual practitioners, as people who care and who want to make a difference and do something meaningful with our lives and for the world, we still have to take care of ourselves, because a bunch of tired, burnt out people isn't very effective. Have you ever been, like there's a big event, a big party, and at the end you still have to like clean up all the tables and chairs and put everything back to get your deposit back, but everybody's just totally exhausted from everything? We don't want to get to that point, right? We want to be able to keep the ball rolling and keep our energy up. So I don't know if you've gotten a chance to read the first story in the July-August Daily Word. And I'm not going to tell the whole story. You can read it. But this is a story written by Trish Yancey, and she's a licensed Unity teacher, and she serves in Florida. And she tells a story about how being a singer and a speaker is her life. That's what she does. She speaks in schools and sings in schools. And she discovered that she had a cyst and a tear on her vocal cords. And so she had to not speak at all, use her voice for several weeks, and then had to do a whole bunch of other healing. And it was very difficult, of course. It's very difficult. I have had a time in my life where I lost my voice, and it was so frustrating, especially because I at that time didn't have anyone around me who knew sign language. I knew how to talk to them, but they didn't understand me. It can be very difficult. It's so common to even just talk to yourself or you talk to your pet. And so she went through this whole process of grief and sadness and blame and all of those, and who am I if I can't talk or sing? And eventually she felt the feelings and she relaxed and she unclenched. And she stopped praying. She says, I stopped praying for something to fix me, and I began to shift. I counted my blessings. I sent waves of gratitude through my body. I'm going to tell you everything she did. I'm going to have to keep you in suspense. And she began to believe that she would speak again. And regardless if she could sing again, that she would be well. And after time of taking care of herself and doing the prayer work, she became the second person ever her doctor had treated who had actually fully healed a cyst on their vocal cords. The second person ever that this doctor had seen do that. And so I thought that was perfect because I was looking at the daily word for today, which is guidance, which I think is really an important thing to remember, to stop and get still and listen. You know, when you go a different direction than your GPS tells you to, it says recalibrating, and then it gives you a new direction, right? And it's good, very important to listen to our inner guidance, our God positioning system. And it sounds to me like that's what Trish did in her experience of healing. She went from trying to figure it all out to going to the clarity. What is mine to do? And letting those things sort themselves out when she got there. So I want to talk some. I told you my tea is at perfect temperature. Hold on. Okay. So I have felt at times during this time of lockdown or hunker down or whatever we're calling it these days, there's the stress of doing things differently, worrying about loved ones, you're seeing numbers rise or fall, and what should we do, and all of this stuff. There's a lot of extra stuff. And then I have excitement's not the right word. I am glad that people are coming awake and aware to the injustices going on in our world. And it's unfortunate that more people have had to be hurt for that to happen, but it feels like we've reached a critical mass. And so once again, what's mine to do in this, and being involved in all of that? And what's so important is that we don't, like I said, get ourselves so worn out that we can't do anything. And then of course, especially I think Alaskans this time of year, we're all like, there's so much to do in the yard and all of that. And I'm just like, a rainy day, it's a good thing. It reminds you to just relax. So just wanted to talk a little bit. Oh, I have to share the screen. Here we go. So there's some different kinds of self-care. And you don't have to squint at the screen, I'll tell you. So they're in different categories here. We have physical, which, obviously has to do with our body, which can be yoga and sleep and healthy food, walking, stretching, anything, remember those different, somatic release. Sometimes you just got to get up and do this, right? Oh yeah. Ooh, that feels good. Could get crinkly sometimes sitting on Zoom calls for hours and hours on end. At least I do. When I'm on Zoom calls, sometimes I just get up and do this, thing anyway. And then we have emotional self-care, which is like managing our stress, finding a place to relax, emotional maturity, forgiveness, compassion, kindness. You don't have to beat ourselves up about the mistakes we've made in the past. We can have compassion. We forgive. We're kind to ourselves. We move on, right? We know that we've made mistakes in the past. Learn from them. We move on. And then we have social self-care, like having boundaries, support systems, positive social media. I don't know about you, but it's easy to get sucked in or wanting to try to change somebody's mind whose mind is not going to get changed. You just got to decide what's yours to do in that case. Do you have the energy for that particular conversation? If you don't, you can walk away. And of course, there's a spiritual part of self-care. And I think that it's all, of course, related. Nobody's in its own categories, really. The spiritual time alone, which if you live in a house with people, especially during a hunker down position, might even be more difficult than it has been before. And so it's okay to say, hey, I need, an hour to just like, don't bug me unless the house is burning down or something. Right? It's okay to just like make boundaries and say, I need some time alone, or to go for a walk in the nature, or go pull some weeds. Pulling weeds is a wonderful way of physical self-care and spiritual self-care, I think. And then, of course, spiritual can be meditation, always a good baseline self-care meditation, yoga, connection, journaling, sacred space. So, yes, so self-care, lots of different ways that self-care looks like. And I really can't say enough how important it is for us to take the time, because we think, okay, I got to do this stuff and I got to do, and it's true. Action is an important part of, last week we talked about the 5 principles, right? God is everywhere. I am, the spark is in everyone. I create my experience and the experiences of the world through my consciousness, through prayer. I'm doing it really fast, right? Through prayer and meditation. I is one of my tools for making this happen. And then of course, action, to going out and doing it. So, but self-care is one of those action steps, right? You can't keep going without taking care. So, self-care, there you go. And then if all of that seems like a whole lot, here is, come on, there we go. 5 minutes self-care. So these are some just like really quick things. If you realize like, I'm feeling triggered, or I'm feeling stressed, or I have 5 minutes before the next thing I need to do. What's something I could do? So here's some things. Step outside for some fresh air. I like to go and check on all of my little plants and see how they're growing. That always makes me happy because things are going. Drink some water. Do a short mindfulness breathing exercise. Meditation is good to sit for a while in meditation, but you can do something quick too. See, that wasn't even 5 minutes. Another 5-minute self-care, book an appointment you've been putting off. I would add, there's always little bits and pieces of things that need to be done, and I kind of put them off, and then you get stressed out about it. But sometimes some of those little bits and pieces that need to be done, really 5 or 10 minutes and they can be done. So give yourself the gift of doing one of those little tasks that you had on your mind. Listen to a song that makes you smile. I like to listen, if I'm in a funk or something, I'm having a difficult time, I'll play a song that makes me want to dance, that makes me want to sing. I know that I got default music. That's a great thing. And usually those aren't even 5 minutes, right? So if you have a couple minutes, that's a great way. And you get the physical movement, maybe. Find a video of cute animals online. There's lots of cute animal videos out there. Always a good plan. And then write down 3 nice things about yourself. There you go. That's a great way to do self-care too. So these are just a couple ideas for you to think about or have in your pocket as tools to help us continue to be more resilient and able to show up and be in action and be the change makers that we want to be, without getting so worn out that we can't do any of those things, right? So, those of you who have hung out with me or been with me in services a lot know that I'm always talking about, meditation, right? is the default answer to the way to deepen our spiritual growth. And it still is, okay? I'm not saying that it's not, but it is part of a process, right? If you go and train to be a monk, you don't just meditate. You have physical exercises that you do. You have service that you do. You have a balance of sleep and all of these other things, right? It's not just meditation, So I think it's really an important part of our spiritual process. Even, right? Jesus went away to pray. Okay, you can too. We do have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do to change the, to change the consciousness of the world. I mean, that seems like a big project, right? But I know a lot of us are excited and interested in being a part of that change. It is a lot of work. There's a lot of reading to do. There's a lot of action to do. There's a lot of things. But we also have to take the time to integrate, right? Think about your favorite soup or stew. It's better if you let it sit and bubble for a while, right? Yes. So when we get new ingredients, when we get new ideas, when we learn new things, we might have reactions. We might be whatever we're feeling about it. It's good to let it simmer for a while, right? So we bring it back in, we let it simmer for a while, we see where that truth is, we see whatever's going on, and then we go back out and do some more. We learn some more, we do some more action, we find out what's our next step, and then we come back and we rest and we let it simmer, we let it integrate. Okay, and then we go back out, right? So we have this cycle so that we can take care of ourselves, so we don't end up burnt out, tired. We don't want to be sick and tired. I invite you, if you find yourself saying those words, not to say those words. Don't say sick, I'm sick and tired. Just don't. That's not the word you want to create, right? Because we want to stay healthy physically. We want to stay healthy spiritually and emotionally. And from that, we can be the best. We can do the most. We can be there to support our families as they're doing what they're doing, and we can be there to support each other, and we can be there to support our friends and our neighbors, our global community, as we are being part of this big change point that we are in the world right now. So action, yes. Rest, yes. Action, rest. Action, rest. And those can happen in the same day, right? If I go out and do a whole bunch of work in the yard, I'm probably going to come in and rest for a while. And I might go do some more. I'm going to come rest for a while. Yes. We see this all over. And so we just need to remember to use these same tools that we know, things for like our physical work, for our mental and emotional and spiritual work as well. So that's what I leave you with today, friends. To check in with your spiritual guidance, to follow your truth and your path, and remember to take good care of yourself so that we can go another day. And so let's see. So next up, I have, let's see, do I have announcements? I don't really have a whole lot today, other than we, of course, have our fellowship time right after on our Zoom line. And Sundays at 9:45 on our Zoom line, we have, it's not a Zoom line, it's a Zoom room, whatever. We have our Power of 8 Healing and Intention Circle. Also at noon Alaskan, weekdays, I do meditation. You can either find it on our Facebook page or on the Unity Northwest Region Facebook page. It always gets posted to both eventually, but sometimes there's a delay because sometimes then I'm in a meeting or something. So in the meantime, you can always join us in consciousness that way. So let's join together in our prayer for protection. And let's just take a moment to bring to mind and heart anyone who's on our hearts today. Just add them to the circle. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and so it is. All right, friends. Well, we will be over at the Zoom room in a moment. If for our consistent givers, thank you. If you would like to support our ministry, you can head on over to unityofanchorage.org/donate and donate there, either through Tithely or through PayPal. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful day. Take care.